I saw that Chargers left tackle Rashawn Slater was being carted off the practice field, and I thought it's probably hurt right now at this point in the year doesn't mean anything. And then I saw his teammates were all hugging him, and he left the field. That's not ideal. Teammates coming to hug him. I'm a little bit nervous about the Chargers right now. I'm nervous about my Omar and Hampton bags. I don't really have huge Lad McConkey bags or Justin Herbert bags, but I've been drafting a lot of Keenan Allen recently. I think I'm going to continue to do it. Not too nervous to continue drafting Keenan Allen, but very nervous about my Omar and Hampton bags right now. Anyway, we are going to be drafting on DraftKings, at least one draft right now. Maybe I'll do a couple. We'll see how we're doing after the first one is through. First, I'm going to play a little video telling you guys about great deal on DraftKings right now, the Draft One, Get One promo. Check it out if you haven't already done so. Football season is right around the corner, and there's no better way to lock in your fantasy dominance early than with Best Ball on DraftKings, where you draft once and ride your roster all season long. And right now, DraftKings is giving all customers a can't-miss offer. Draft One, Get One. Enter a lineup in the $15 million Best Ball contest for just $20, and you'll score another Best Ball ticket to play free for a share of $15 million, giving you a second shot to win big. It's easy. Just draft your team once, no weekly management required, and let your top scorers automatically start each week. Across the whole season, every breakout star, every clutch play, every touchdown will count toward your quest for a share of $15 million. Download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app now to draft your $20 Best Ball lineup and get a second ticket to play free for a share of $15 million. That's 2 chances to win big without ever setting your lineup again. Draft One, Get One, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. I'm in the draft. I'm waiting. If you want to get in, now's your time. Almost full. This is the $20. This is the $20 Millie Maker. $10 out of 12. We need 2 more. This is the first time I see Jeremy says, let me know when you get in. I want it. Okay, Jeremy's in. Good. I didn't want to get too many people in. I think I see JJ Zacharyson always starts his, like, he enters before he starts streaming. Probably smart, because I don't actually want to be drafting with a bunch of you from the audience all the time. You get a lot crazier rooms if you are not drafting with people. Evan Silva in this one. Anybody else? Okay, Jeremy gets a 101. Nice. Got Evan Silva in the 103. Anybody else in this one with us? How do you feel about the pick 1, Jeremy? It's not my favorite spot to draft, but I like it better than like the 103. This is actually my favorite spot, the 106. You can guarantee, I think you're guaranteed a player that I really like in the second round. And then often you can also get a really strong player at 30. So pretty happy with the 106. I have to remember to keep this less than full screen so that you guys can see my video, see the draft board moving as I go. Yeah, same page, Jeremy. But the 101, can't really go wrong. You get Jamar Chase. I assume you're going Jamar Chase. By the way, while you're coming in, if you have not already done so, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and you can hit the little notification bell if you want to get alerts when I go live. Yeah, I was thinking, like, man, I don't love that Rashawn Slater is hurt. Obviously, you never love to see injuries, but I was like, I feel like I have a lot of Chargers. And then thinking through my Chargers exposure, it's actually not that much. I do have a lot of Omar and Hampton. So yeah, Rashawn Slater, one of the best left tackles in football, really strong grades at PFF for both run blocking and pass blocking. So it's not great. It's not great for the Chargers bags if he is hurt. We don't really like, or significantly hurt, I should say. We know he's probably hurt if he was carted off and his teammates are hugging him. We don't know the extent of the injury right now. but it's not great. It's not great for the Chargers. I'll probably continue to draft Omarion Hampton where I am anyway. Ladd, I think, could continue to fall a little bit, but that's also like the Keenan Allen signing. He was already going to start falling a little bit. I'm not really drafting Trey Harris right now. I do have some pretty strong Trey Harris bags, so not great from that standpoint. See, I'm guaranteed to get either Gibbs or Jefferson here. Love the first round pick. Second round, I think I'm guaranteed to get a player I really like. Also, or at least I just need like one person to stray from the players I like. Yeah, same. Jeremy says Gibbs is my last choice, but get a lot of Jefferson or Barkley. Yeah, and I'm always happy to get Jefferson at the 106. I guess I particularly like it right now because Jefferson is falling also, so I just get a lot of Jefferson at the 106. I've actually gotten Jefferson at the 107 a couple times recently. I think it's partially people are just bored, but partially the hamstring injury, which I think is nothing. I think he doesn't really need, the training camp. So I think it's just a little bit of extra rest for Jefferson. I could be wrong, obviously. It might be more than I think it is, but I think all indications are he's going to be ready for week 1. Not expecting any kind of like ramp up period. Pretty fun for me as a Vikings fan to finally be like above weight on Jefferson. Of course, I like the best chance to get Jefferson was his rookie year, and I, like an idiot, did not draft Jefferson that year. I drafted a lot of Olabisi Johnson. I believe the coaches at that time. I've learned a lot since that first year. Apparently, the coaches are constant, which I didn't know at the time. Going to be doing a show on Saturday, by the way, with Scott Barrett, CEO at Fantasy Points. Scott, one of the sharpest minds in fantasy football, puts out his draft guide every year, and it's something that people like look forward to for like all summer. People get really excited about Scott's draft guide because he's helped a lot of people win a lot of leagues. He announces his Exodia quarterback in it. He announces, a lot of players that go well after where he has them ranked. So it's always good to talk with Scott after he's done really in-depth research and announced his findings from that research. So really excited about that show with Scott on Saturday. That'll be at 3:00 Eastern. I get either Brock Bowers or Drake London here. I mean, come on. All day, I'll take this. Actually, Ladd is also in that tier for me, but kind of moving down. Jonathan Taylor being the one that strayed from like the players I really like to get here. I'm not super high on Jonathan Taylor. I'll take him at the back half of the second round. I'd prefer to get Drake London, Brock Bowers. So yeah, I think I'm moving Ladd a little bit back towards that, like sort of with the Jonathan Taylor tier. So happy to get Drake London as the last player from kind of my tier 2 here. London all day, right? JSU. I just did another stream and Felix said that somebody at Rumpier Sports is like almost done with their DraftKings millies. Is that you or is it Wiley or somebody else? I saw you guys streaming the other day. I was gonna pop in, but I got busy. Really regretting that I did not buy more, mid third round Chase Brown. Did not see this rise coming. And like they haven't said anything that should surprise us. I think he's going to be the bell cow. Like he's going to be a household name at the end of this year. Like this is all kind of in line with how they used him in the second half of last year. Oh, that's you. All right. The Great White Buffalo. What does that mean? You talking about Josh Allen? What's the Great White Buffalo? Hampton at 27. He has risen up boards pretty significantly. Apparently Silva likes him. But here, I'm going to take one of the elite quarterbacks. If Hampton were there, I often will take Hampton, but now it's just Lamar or Josh Allen for me. So nice little Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, Drake London start. Take that any day. Often a pick that I really like in the middle of the 4th round. Just the dream spot to be in the 6th hole. What's up? What's up, Dan? All right, what is this a reference to? Now, I feel like this is a reference that I don't know. You got 4 left. Are you saving them or are you just going to get them done? Plenty of other contests. Honestly, I kind of like that Omar and Hampton went also because it's really hard for me to click the elite quarterbacks before Omar and Hampton goes, but I want to load my bags a little bit more with the elite quarterbacks. So it's nice just to have that decision taken away from me. Xavier Worthy at 34. He's one that I hope that'll fall to me in the 4th round. So kind of a bummer to see him going a little bit early here. But plenty of options that I like mid 4th round. And honestly, mid 5th round too. Usually, like if you're drafting late in the back end of the 5th round, it starts to be a little bit gross. Not gross exactly, because it's like you're choosing between, but it's just you're always choosing between RJ Harvey, Trevion Henderson. Occasionally you'll get a fall, but not all that often. Oh, it's a Hot Tub Time Machine. Okay. I have seen the movie. What up, Vic? What's up, Tyler? Tyler, I don't know if you saw, but Tyler number 1 was talking a lot of trash about you last night on Best Ball Jeopardy. Just letting you know ahead of your stream tonight. DJ Moore at 37. I know JSU approves of that. I actually don't have a ton of DJ Moore, and I think I'm trying to get a little bit more. I just saw, by the way, Meg from Fanspeak put out a poll. Who is going to win the Jeopardy championship? And I have the lowest number of votes in the poll. Through 28 votes, I have the lowest number. People just don't believe. They didn't believe in me when I won to get to the 2nd round. They didn't believe in me in the 2nd round. People just don't see the vision that I'm just going to keep crushing this thing. You think I'm scared of Tyler? PPR Tyler? Come on. All right, with all the running backs going off the board, I am going to go Kenneth Walker here a little bit early. I can't multiply 2 by 12. That's right, WFN Warehouse gets it. PPR Tyler was suggesting, because he lives in Minnesota, lives about 20 minutes from me, that we should get together if we face each other, which is one of those things, like it sounds cool in theory to get together for like a stream in the same location, but in reality it's just like kind of a headache to have both of us in the same location. I think I'd rather just meet up for a beer, outside of streaming. Silva with Pickens doing the Dallas double. I'm liking his draft so far. So Jeremy, Chase, McBride, love that. Hill, I'm like, I don't love the Hill pick, but it's probably like, I also will do that here sometimes. Just not a great range. Oh, and Burrow went at 45. Okay, to the Higgins drafter. Yeah, the 101, not my favorite. Jeremy says his DraftKings is lagging today. I have not been having issues. I heard there was a time last week where something was going on, lagging for people. I think I missed that period. Although it was the same day that I was traveling to a county fair around here, and there was no internet, and I auto-drafted several picks, and it was awful. But I think that was just because I didn't have internet at the county fair. Terry McLaurin regularly in the 5th round right now. And I don't totally love it. I kind of want somebody else to take him so I don't have to think about it. But I might. Okay, Tech goes. Terry's still here in the 5th round. Like, is Hunter going to flip him? Should I just be taking Hunter right now? Because Hunter's going to flip him. I think I'm gonna do it. Chuba Hubbard there also. Nah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm following my heart. I want the exciting rookie. I'm a slappy, all right? I'm a blind seal. Oh no, Bruce says I probably should have taken McLaurin. You're probably right. I'm just a little bit nervous he's not going to sign. Very unique, Ron. Ron says he got a unique start with Chase, McConkey, and Bowers. I mean, I think that's going to remain unique. I think you, through June 27th, I would guess you're the only one who had it, because I believe at that point, it was like there were 37 people who had Chase with McConkey and only like 18 who had Chase with Bowers. So to have all 3 of them, that's insane. Yeah, it's obviously we're going to get new data, and that's only through the first like 15,000 drafts. But yeah, as of then, getting either one of them to fall back to the 101 was like 55 times total or something like that. So to get both of them, I'm guessing has never happened. Maybe it's happening right now more. People are getting a little bit weirder, but can you fix your ranks on Calvin Ridley, please and thank you? I mean, these are not my ranks, to be honest. The ranks you're seeing are, this is leg up, and it's not even their ranks. It's just their ranks are telling me based on who I have right now, who would they suggest I pick based on their sims. So it's not even really their rankings that you're seeing. But here, I guess this is sort of my rankings. I, this morning, established the run rankings, and then adjusted to how I like to see things. And DeAndre Swift, this is gross. So this is the one part of the draft that could have reached for somebody. Swift goes. I don't hate Olave at 67. Don't hate taking Juwan Jennings here. I'll go Olave. Yeah, because I already got Lamar too. I guess where I took Hunter, probably Zay Flowers was there too, wasn't he? Yeah, Zay Flowers went at 61 in this one. So I could have done the stack at 54. But I have so much Lamar with Zay Flowers. McLaurin falls to 55. I also just got McLaurin in the 5th round. Like I think that's just where he's going right now. So I'm okay with not doing it every time. Yes, Bruce. I need the towel and sunglasses, I think. What's going on, Candyman? Candyman, I was just saying, I saw Meg put out a poll, who's going to win Jeopardy, and I have the least number of votes through the first 28. super offensive, but you know, I like being the underdog. Okay, I'm okay with being the underdog. People have been doubting me, and I've been proving them wrong. I do think my biggest advantage so far is the bye week math, and I don't think that I'm going to have an advantage there over Candyman or Schneid. So that's the one thing that I do well that a lot of people do not do well. Most people are going to get me on like who was the RB4 last year, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know, I don't care. All right, Jawan Jennings at 78. Hard to pass that up. Although it's, again, just all the wide receivers falling to me. I already have 4. Pacheco might be a riser right now. I think I'm going to do that. I think I have so much Jennings. It's tough because he's falling so much. No, I'm going to go Pacheco here. I have a lot of Jennings. Also have a ton of Brashard Smith and like very, very little Isaiah Pacheco. And I think he's going to continue moving up. Drafting right now is so fun, Bruce, because like every single day, like hour by hour, people will see like a clip and just move a player up 10 spots in their board. It is wild how much things are moving right now. Oh, we're cheating? Candyman cheating, telling people to go vote for him? Come on now. All right, let's see. Team that has Chase, Bowers, and McConkey goes Herbert, Geno, Jones. So it's not great at quarterback. That's a little rough, but love Walker, Pollard, Dobbins, White, Roschon, Dowdle at running back is pretty strong, and then obviously Chase, McConkey, Flowers, Olave. Strong wide receivers, Bowers, and Njoku. Yeah. Pacheco smashes, we will feel silly for letting him. Yeah, exactly. This was my Tokyo response as I'm drafting with a theory that all running backs are shit this year. That's how I drafted last year. Did not go well for me. Sad to see how much Jordan Mason. I mean, I guess it's good for me because I drafted a lot of Jordan Mason early, so it's like good CLV for me. But now he's moving into a range where it's like, it's not an easy click every time for me anymore. I'm gonna, man. Jordan Addison continues to fall. I'm buying the dip. I'll buy the dip on Jordan Addison. 3 games? Come on, that's nothing. Wait. You see, he called me out. Meg, I might have watched it. I think I assume that was during the live show. So I was watching the stream last night. I did see that he called me out. Yeah, nobody's nervous about PPR Tyler. Come on, he's clearly the underdog of the 4 of us in reality. Jeremy, you're killing me. Couldn't let me have Mark Andrews. I knew it wasn't going to make it back to me. I was hoping. But it was unlikely. What am I doing with my quarterbacks? I do have the Trevor Lawrence out. Could do a late Shuck. Penix is there. I'm debating whether I'm not going to take McCarthy at 102. I'm debating if I take him at 115. I know the Hawkinson draft are on the other side of me. I mean, if he wants him at 101, I can live with that. I got some backstack options. All right, I'm going Tyrone Tracy here. I really like Jaden Higgins here, but I have, what do I have? 5 receivers already, just 2 running backs. Yeah, I'll go Tracy. Got a lot of Cam Scattaboo. Not as much Tyrone Tracy. Also, have you seen the way this guy shoots a basketball? Doesn't even line up his feet right. I assume all of his videos are doctored. The ones where he's like, he makes his first 6 or whatever. It's like, come on, there's no way that's real. Nobody's buying that. This is like your 100th attempt on the day. Or you're just like straight up using AI to edit the video to make it look like it goes in. Planting his right foot first while shooting off of from his right hand. Nobody's buying that's real. That's the other thing. I mean, we're just blocking that shot every time. Or at least you are. Candyman like 6'4", 6'5", something like that. Back in the day, I've got long arms. Back in the day, I could jump really high. I'm probably not blocking any shots these days. Well, definitely not right now with my strained calf. But even before that, do not have the same ups that I had 15 years ago. I don't take a ton of Bateman. I guess if he comes to me at 115, I'll have to consider. Just a stack. He's not even like on the suggested players list. That's how down they are on him. Or maybe he went and I missed it. I don't know. No, he's still there. Nick Chubb. What's going on there? DraftKings is just the Wild West. That's why it's fun. All right, Bateman goes. Give me JJ McCarthy. Thank you, Billy. Good call out. Yeah, please do like the video so that I don't have to beg. Would appreciate it. Very helpful if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'd like to get to 5,000 subscribers. I'm probably not going to get there before the NFL season. That'd be a great goal, though. 5,000 by the NFL season would be pretty fun. I'm almost at 4,600. If I get to 4,600 subscribers by the end of today, get me to that nice round number, 4.6K. That would be awesome. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, I would appreciate it. And you're going to want to hit that notification bell just to get the reminder of my video with Scott Barrett on Saturday. It's going to be a fun one. Always super informative. Nobody dives deeper into the stats than Scott Barrett. I'm liking but not loving my team so far. Got Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Lamar Jackson, Kenneth Walker, Travis Hunter, Chris Olave, Isaiah Pacheco, Jordan Addison, Tyrone Tracy, and Jordan Mason. I mean, I'll take it. I'm pretty happy with the team. Probably don't need a third quarterback on this one since I have Lamar and JJ McCarthy, both 2 top 6 fantasy quarterbacks this year. Shaheed, I could do a New Orleans double stack. Seems like a good idea, right? 2 receivers for Tyler Shuck. Kincaid is a suggestion here. I guess. Not my favorite click. Bigsby went super early, right? No, he's still there. All right, I'm going to do Bigsby. It was my last draft. Bigsby went at 105. I have super full Bashal Tootin bags. Was talking to my friend who is a lifelong Jags fan, and he thinks Tootin's going to be like a 0 this year. He's like, no, I think it's just going to be, they're going to use ETN and Bigsby until the wheels fall off. Bigsby's going to be the plan for next year, is his opinion. I don't know if that's right, but it scared me a little bit just to hear that I know it's within the range of outcomes, but to hear that my friend who's a big Jags fan thinks that is what's going to happen scared me a little bit. That's true. As JSU says, if you don't like and subscribe, you have no shot at winning $2 million. That's true. Karma will come back to bite you if you don't like and subscribe. Two, 4, 5, 0. Pretty sad my CLV on Bashal Tootin right now. He, I think, went at like 165 in my last draft. So that's not great. Nice CLV on like Jordan Mason, JJ McCarthy. I've got some nice CLV on my teams, but that one's not great. Dylan Sampson goes. Was kind of hoping he'd make it back to me. Been a target of mine for a while, but I mean, he's moved up enough that now it's like I'd like to get him, but he's not the biggest target. Seems like Jaden Blue for a while. I had kind of a 4-player target range around 140, which was Dylan Sampson, Jaden Blue, Tank Bigsby, Bashal Tootin. Like whoever comes to me there, I'll take them. Now doesn't seem like you're getting them at 140 very often, with the exception of Tootin. And now he's going so far back, like I don't know. It's a weird range right now. I'm still really out on Trey Benson. I know James Conner came in and said that he thinks they're both 1s. The coach speak has not been awesome for Benson. All right, I'll go Ferguson. That's a nice fall for Ayuk, though, too. I guess it's not that much of a fall. Yeah, I need the tight end more. Kind of a tight end tier break there for me. Javonte. You don't see Javonte taking at 140 that much anymore. Losing some steam there. I do wish I had taken more Jaden Blue while he was dipping. Like there was a little while where the reports came out that he was lazy. The coaches didn't seem to like him. and he dipped quite a bit, and now he's moving up quickly, kind of back to where he was a couple months ago. And I'm not chasing him all the way back up, I don't think, to like 120. I need some more positive reports. I will say, so there was a quote recently from one of the Cowboys coaches on Jaden Blue, and it didn't totally like didn't make me think that the original thoughts of him being lazy were wrong. Like, so the initial report from like a guy who used to be with the team, not anymore, a lot of people poo-pooed it as like, oh, this guy doesn't have any connections to the team, what does he know? But the most recent quote from the coach is like, yeah, he came in with kind of made it sound like he was not professional at first, and that, like, so it kind of sounded like it was a real thing. But they say basically he has turned it around. Now he's doing all the right things, and he seems motivated. He came out himself and said, you're all going to see, or something like that. All right, what are we doing here? Brenton Strange at 148. Do I want to do Bashal Tootin with Tank Bigsby? Ray Davis is sort of interesting. All right. Actually, I had a player that I want, and that is Keenan Allen. I'm doing it. I know people are really divided on Keenan Allen right now. I think at around 150, I think 145 or so is probably like where I start to think. There's kind of a cutoff there. And I think this is the range where it's like, I think, he's in the same tier for me as Dobbs, as Pop Douglas, a lot of these players, but I think he might pass them in ADP. So it's not that I think he's like a clear better pick than a lot of the other wide receivers are going right here, but I think he has the momentum where I think he might move up to like the 11th, 10th round. And I don't think I'm going to chase him all the way up there. So right now, when I can get Keenan Allen in the, I think essentially the 13th round or later, I'm going to do it. I think he's a strong pick there. I am of the belief that he's played with the team long enough. He doesn't really need like the fact that he's signing late. He's not going to need like a period to get to know the team, even with a new coaching staff. I know that, but he's played with a quarterback before. He's been in the NFL forever. I don't think he's the type of player that like it's going to be a steep learning curve for him to integrate himself into the Chargers offense. I'm a believer in the 606 kind of stat line there. Maybe, and I think it could be better. I think I saw somebody said Mike Clay has him projected for like 800 yards. I have to double check if that's true. Actually, I can do that right now. Maybe I can't. I thought I had it on my bar here, but I can search it. And obviously the injury to Rashawn Slater maybe hurts it a little bit. I guess my pick coming up pretty soon. Yeah, Mike Clay has him for 821 yards, 71 receptions, 821 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Scott Barrett, immediately I talked to him after he signed. Scott Barrett said they moved him up, not Scott himself, but Chris Wecht moved him up to wide receiver 44 in the fantasy points rankings. I don't know if that's full PPR or what it is exactly. I think he's better for full PPR. And then Scott had him ranked as his wide receiver 52. That's all like a top 100 pick is where people are ranking him. That's not the consensus, so I don't think he moves all the way there, but I think he's a good pick right now. Kadon. Now I'm going to take Braylon Allen, another player that's just moving up quickly. What are you guys doing with Keenan Allen? And also the rest of the Chargers, are you moving down Ladd McConkey? I assume almost everybody's moving down Trey Harris, although I have not really seen that in my drafts yet. He seems to still be kind of stuck in the top 110 or so. Sometimes he falls to like 115, but I'm expecting him to fall more to like 150, like kind of in where QJ has been, and maybe those two both like around pick 150. So far, it's not what's happening in my drafts with Trey Harris. What are you guys doing there? See QJ ahead of Keenan Allen in this draft. I was thinking this guy, there was no way Keenan Allen was going to make it past the Justin Herbert team, but he went with QJ first, probably assuming that he could get Keenan Allen back to him. You never know if there's going to be a Keenan Allen bull in your room. I am a Keenan Allen bull, so happy to take him at 150. Oh no. JC says, just hit a ton of underdog weekly winners. It just closed. I wish I had realized it was closing. I would have gotten a few more slows. I'm probably in like, I don't know, 10 or so. I think I'll finish with 20 some weekly winners. It's one of those that I hate drafting, but it's fun during the season. Like you're glad that you have drafted it when the season is going on, because it just gives you something else to root for when your best ball doesn't go well or your DFS doesn't go well. You can be like, all right, how about my weekly winners? Anything there? And some weeks I've got, competitive teams. Isaiah Likely is could give me a stack. Not a big Isaiah Likely drafter. He will come back at some point. I don't hate Wandale there. I think Roshan may be moving up a little bit right now. Oh, Hunter Henry's still there. I did not. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. For lack of anything I like better. Yeah, I think Keenan Allen ahead of QJ. I don't think it's really silly necessarily right now because, where their ADP is, I think it's reasonable to think, you could get both of them, but I'm not taking QJ when Keenan Allen's on the board right now. Yeah, 25. I think I'm maybe in around there, JT. 900 drafts for JT. I am lagging behind you there. Let's see, where was I? This is as of a couple of days ago. 729 across Underdog and DraftKings. Have not done drafters yet. Might be doing that pretty soon. Krosky Merritt at 181 in this one. He's always a player that I like getting late. All right, so where am I at? I'm at 2562. Jefferson, London, Lamar, Walker, Hunter, Olave, Pacheco, Addison, Tracy, McCarthy, Bigsby, Ferguson, Allen, Henry. Okay. Pretty strong at wide receiver. Don't think I need another. What is the rise on? I feel like Cade Otton is maybe not a rise, maybe it's a fall, but I feel like he's been the suggestion a lot recently in the sidekick, and I'm not super into Cade Otton. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the Godwin thing. Must be, right? Just like everybody's assuming it's going to be Agbuka, but maybe it's more likely that Otton gets a little bit more work early on with Godwin hurt. That's probably what it is. He's always there, though, like always available. And there are other tight ends I like later. I'm going to go Rashard Smith. With Pacheco, it's a little bit of a handcuff. I think they could both hit, though. Rashard Smith in the Jerick McKinnon role, and then he's got the continued upside if anything were to happen to Pacheco, I think. Eric says, I prefer the pod tourney style. Draft is harder to win, in my opinion. I mean, I think they're all really hard to win. I think it depends on how you're doing. Like if I ever had a team that was really good in the drafter style tournament, then I would think it was really fun. I have not had that yet. I haven't honestly played a ton in those tournaments. But yeah, I assume it's fun if you have a competitive team. Yeah, I don't know. I would assume Underdog does a couple more tournaments at least. But yeah, when they throw out all these others, it does slow down the other ones that are open quite a bit. JT thinks Otton one of the best values. Maybe it's just not sexy, and that's why I can't click it. But yeah, he was pretty good last year. Huhaim says he was falling like crazy. What's going on, Huhaims? I mean that, yeah. Losmo says, think Otton is just snapshot over 90% last 2 seasons. Yeah, and I don't think they added any like really competitive tight end. I'm trying to think if they added any tight end to the room. So I think it's just pretty clearly just the Otton show once again. That's actually true. He probably is a player I should be clicking. Should be more excited to click than I am right now. Mason Taylor, I have not been buying the dip. Just a little bit too nervous about, a rookie being set back with an injury right now. I don't think I'm going to do it. Do I want Jack Besh, Rico Dowdle? 2662. All right, Taylor goes. Saves me that concern. Actually, is DeAndre Hopkins here? Where did he go? Must have gone. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. So with Hopkins gone, my last chance to stack up in a way that I think is okay would be Justice Hill. Yeah, screw it. Why not? I think Justice Hill is a pretty good value anyway. Gives me a little Lamar stack. I hesitate because there are still a lot of other running backs I like later. Actually, there's a lot. Every position has players I like late, other than not really quarterback. Yeah, Puppy 3 soon. Probably true. What's going on, Steve? Good to see you. I didn't see that they talked him up. Maybe I need to reread the Tampa coach speak. Yeah, Steve. I think did you track this, Steve? Steve says I actually think Underdog will still have a decent number of tournaments. Some things were slow last year, and they still did mid-August Chow Chow and like 3 to 4 other tournaments late August. I mean they could because they're gonna they can still fill those ones up even if they slow down the others. So that would make sense. What's going on, Eddie Fear? Good to see you. Haven't seen a ton of Eddie Fear. I guess I've seen some of Eddie on the timeline. Mostly in replies. Good to see you. All right, I'm at 2762. I've got a fancy play late round running back that I kind of want to target right now, but I've got a lot of fancy plays to do. Devontae Turpin, the fanciest play that I like the best, I think. Deontay Johnson, I think I still really like it too. I know people are saying he has not been running with the starters in camp. I've got a lot more Turpin than Johnson. Let's go Johnson. Any guesses who my fancy play late round running back is that I've not taken much recently? JT says I take Keaton every draft. His metrics are better than HN. I mean, but he's just a contingency value, right? Like based on the coach speak, it sounds like he's not going to get on the field unless there's an injury. I think he's a fine pick. I agree with you. Like his metrics were really good. It's just the coaches being like, yeah, it's hard for another running back to get on the field because we've got Justice Hill and Derrick Henry. Like, how do you get in there? So it doesn't sound like he's likely to just take over either of their roles. I think they're pretty established, but then, yeah, probably double contingent upside. So I don't hate it. That's funny. Who says Hope Bishop just posted like 30 minutes ago when pretty good marketer, that Hope Bishop. Because everybody gets excited with those posts. I loved the when she did like the check marks, different drafts check marks. And or I added the drafts with the check marks. I don't know. I forget how she did it, but she did it well. Turpin goes. Yeah, no reason on because he's a different position. Everyone's sleeping on McMillan. I've been doing a little bit. All right, Turpin goes. Turpin time. I like that. All right, I'm gonna do. If he's still there, it's not a sexy, fun pick that I like. My fancy play, Dameon Pierce. I think he's become viable, and nobody's been drafting him, including myself. So I'm like, I drafted Nick Chubb, 6 rounds earlier than this. Dameon Pierce probably more likely to have some juice than Nick Chubb. Another idea that I got from JJ Zacharyson, I should say, or more like a reminder, because we saw the news that Dameon Pierce was coming back, and I was thinking, man, that seems like a good player that I should consider. And then JJ was talking about him like he might be a really good scheme fit in Houston. Dameon Pierce, one of those guys who's like, I forget how it works exactly, but I've had this conversation with Scott many times. It's like in certain schemes he's elite, in others he's bad. And JJ was saying whatever Houston runs, this is where I'm not the best football guy, more of a DFS guy, convert. But the scheme that Houston runs is one that Dameon Pierce is super strong in. So that's intriguing to me. With Joe Mixon hurt, Nick Chubb not having any juice, Woody Mark's not like the best prospect. Seems like there might be opportunity there. Okay, Steve not tracking fully, but remembering. ETN, that was a good guess. I do like ETN. He's a player that I did at one point. I wrote up my. Am I on the clock? I'm on the clock. All right. Do I go Fannin? Another fancy play click. Yeah, screw it. I'll do it again. If you look at my rankings, this is how it works. I put in the ETR rankings this morning, moved up like, I don't know, a dozen guys in like the top 200 picks that I like better than their rankings. And then just like took probably 20 guys from like pick 240 to 350 in their rankings, or maybe even unranked, and just move them into places where I'll see them. So these don't actually reflect like how I rank them. It's just like, I want to get them up enough that I'm going to be reminded of them when I get to that point in the draft. That's what my rankings look like. Let's see the end of the draft here. That's so true. Pete Warner says, falling in love with a player will break your heart like falling in love with a woman. So true. Who says, maybe I'm stubborn, but I won't take Chubb. I did not see that. Jaden Blue carted off. When did that happen? Walked under his own power to the locker room. Jawar Jordan would have been a good guess. I briefly was considering Jawar Jordan, and then Dameon Pierce being there, I feel like he's probably the best right now. Mostly a DraftKings play. I don't know that I'm drafting him yet on Underdog. And honestly, I don't know that he's a great pick. Like, to be clear, this is something that I've done 2 or 3 times now. Wait, just a bit AGI? What does this mean, C-Money? Good to see you. What does that mean? Just a bit AGI? Blue news. Yeah, somebody keep us updated. Let me know. Let me know what's going on with Jaden Blue, because I've been starting to draft him a lot. All right, my final team is a 2-8-7-3. Went Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Lamar Jackson, Kenneth Walker, Travis Hunter, Chris Olave, Isaiah Pacheco, Jordan Addison, Tyrone Tracy, JJ McCarthy, Tank Bigsby, Jake Ferguson, Keenan Allen, Braylon Allen, Hunter Henry, Rashard Smith, Justice Hill, Deontay Johnson, Dameon Pierce, and Harold Fannin. I feel good about the team. I'm glad to get another share of Keenan Allen before he, I think, inevitably moves up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's enough FUD that he's not going to move past this pick. If he doesn't, then I'll, I'll stop slamming him right here, but happy with the draft. Jeremy ends up going Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Trey McBride, DK Metcalf, Jalen Waddle, David Montgomery, Stephon Diggs, Mark Andrews, Joe Mixon, Cam Scatterbu, Tajay Spears, Tua Tagovailoa, Bryce Young, Xavier Legette, Aaron Rodgers, Miles Sanders, Will Shipley, Darren Waller, Jalen Royals, and Roman Wilson. So you got Rodgers with DK and Roman Wilson, looks like. Bryce Young with Legette. Yeah, looks good. Tua with Waddle and Hill. Oh, that's cool. You got both of them, Waddle and Hill, on the same team. Was just talking about that today. How you don't get those two a lot together very often. You kind of have to reach to get them together. But it looks fun to get Hill and Waddle. We've seen them blow up together before. It's cool. All right. Should we do one more draft? Let me read comments and then I'll get into another. Oh, just a bit ago. Gotcha. Yeah. Who-Hames, let me know who you're drafting next when you start drafting somebody. But yeah, happens to me all the time too. Also Ferguson. All right, one more. Let's do it. Let's get into another one. Go into the lobby. $20 milli. Entering now. 3 more. Nice. Pete's in. Again, though, I don't actually want all of you guys in my drafts all the time. I want the randos. That's who I want in my drafts. I got the one hole. I don't love the one hole. Who else in here? Greg Ehrenberg in this one. All right, Pete, where are you? Do I know Airborne? DFS Army guy? Oh, you're not in this room. Oh, crap. Who has finally moved Tyrone Tracy? Oh, that's not great. I mean, me too. We're following the same pattern here. I assume everybody did with Scatterbo being hurt. And like everybody saying that he's going to be the starter. Crutch is about to finish out his eliminators. Feels good to be done. I kind of enjoy draft eliminators. I feel like it's more mindless. I think it's easier for me to draft eliminators than like classic best ball. And like I enjoy, I get excited about the eliminator. When I see it come up in my slow drafts, I'm like, nice, an eliminator. That was not my best. Beavis or Butthead. I don't know which one that is. Oh, you're in the 3-hole? Okay, Airborne. Yeah, Pete's not in this one. I almost missed my draft spot. My bad. Oh, no, it didn't start yet. Never mind. That always confuses me. When you get the red countdown, you're not on the clock yet. Anybody else? Kepso. Does everybody prefer the 6 spot right now? It's like easily my favorite spot on the draft board right now. 7, you can get fallers sometimes. But 6 to me is just golden. Ooh, far and away most owned. I mean, is it JJ McCarthy? That's my guess. Has to be a Viking, I think. What's up, Mike? Love to see it, Crutches. You probably did get some CLV on that too, I would guess. I am in several right now, by the way. I'm doing a lot of eliminator slows. I'm gonna have to start doing some fasts also. That's good. Black Mighty River says, been loving the streams. Appreciate that. Any $100 DK drafts been a struggle to fill the lobbies. I've mostly just been doing slow drafts because I don't need to be there when they fill. But maybe I'll try to do some at some point. He was 139 ADP when Eliminator opened. I guess that makes sense. That's where he was in BBM too. Greg with Christian McCaffrey. Hey, enjoy those 4 healthy weeks, Greg. I have been drafting more McCaffrey recently. Yeah, I agree with this. Airborne. Like the middle picks are my favorite, and then the back picks, and then the first picks are kind of meh. Anything super weird in this one? Not so far, I don't think. Yeah, pretty standard draft. I guess Amon-Ra and Puka. This, like, at one point was super hard to get. I think I was watching a Candyman stream, and he said it was like the first time he'd gotten them together. I think it's becoming less and less common, though. Does not appear I'm going to get any great value falling to me at the 2-3 turn. Josh Allen at 20 is a little bit unique. So there you go. There's an odd thing. I don't hate it, but unusual. Egbuka at 102 does feel pretty good. Oh, and Samson at 160. Nice. Skoll is right. All right. Chase Brown went one pick before me. That used to be just you could get it anytime you wanted it. Very sad to see those days are over. I mean, this is the chalky thing to do. I'm going to do it anyway. Now, the second shot, now, if I go T. Higgins, that's the super chalk thing to do. I'm tempted to go Lamar here, but you can sometimes get fallers here. So I think I'm going to take the suggestion here just because there are a few things that I like to do at the next turn if things go right. They don't always go right, but gives me a little bit more optionality, I think, to take Jacobs. Oh, interesting. Pete says the $20 and the $3 are the only two contests getting fast drafts off. Yeah, maybe I'll try to do one on a stream. If I get a stream where I get, big numbers and it's a little bit easier to get people to enter, maybe I'll try and do something more expensive. Did you continue drafting Rashid at all? He still will come up sometimes as the suggested pick for me just because he goes far enough. It's still tough for me to click him, just thinking he's going to miss 6 games. And early season, just so much more valuable in Eliminator. Jordan James, broken finger. Did not see that. I knew he was dealing with some injury. Yeah, Amon-Ra Puka is just going to be so many receptions. HN has been going crazy early. I'm into it. I think it's fine. Oh, I have at least half my drafts left, or I think right around half of my DK Millies left. Second best ball week is coming up, so I'm going to be streaming at least 20 of the Millies for that best ball week, and possibly more. So yeah, saving some for that. And just like I prefer drafting in August. I do wish I had done a little bit more earlier now, because it's stressful how much I'm drafting right now, both fast drafts, but then I'm always on the clock in slow drafts. So I kind of wish I had done a little bit more earlier, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, I mean, I'd take Omarion 27% at 36 ADP all day. I don't know that I'm going to play the preseason. My wife is she changed jobs, got a promotion at work, and she's having a going away party or a happy hour with her former, still the same company, but the former division that she was in. So I might go to a brewery for her happy hour and skip the DFS. I don't know. I might play. I'm not doing any kind of show for it though. Somebody asked me that earlier. You guys are playing though? It's tough. Once you start getting the news coming in, it's really tough for me to not play. That was what the last time was actually when I was on Best Ball Jeopardy, and we got the news that 2 Lions running backs were not going to play, and it was kind of unexpected. So I entered a few just to take advantage of that late news. So it's possible I'll get sucked in. But as of right now, I couldn't tell you what teams are playing tonight, what the coaches are saying about who they're going to be playing, any of that kind of stuff. 24% for Huhames. Yeah, 70 seems. I'd probably take him there, depending on the rest of my team. Take Addison all day, yeah. Do you find you get a lot of the same recommendations at the end of your drafts with the tool you're using? I do, yeah. A lot of Rashard Smith, Harold Fannin. It's not always the same, but yeah, it's does like a lot of the same players. It's just going to be based on their inputs, and there are going to be players that stand out more based on the leg up inputs later on in drafts. And a lot of times I'll take their suggestions. I think Rashard Smith, really strong pick. Harold Fannin, I sometimes will IKB off it onto Tyler Higbee, but I think he's probably a decent pick there. That's right. We're grinding these drafts. Billy says, oh, damn. I was taking a piss in the ocean and I missed the start of it. Are you on vacation, Billy, or do you just live by the ocean? And yes, please do like the video. Thanks for the reminder, Billy. If you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell if you want to get alerts when I go live, including Saturday with Scott Barrett talking about his Exodia quarterback and his other players that he has ranked far ahead of the field. That's going to be a really fun stream with Scott on Saturday. So if you hit the notification bell, you'll get alerted when I go live. Steve, going to play a little bit. Good question, Zach. My recent favorite, I would say, is Prize. Have you ever been to Prize? They've expanded. It's just huge. Lot of seating. It's the kind of place like if you're going to throw any kind of like event with a big number of people, I would go to Prize. I think it's pretty awesome. For the most part, I'm really bad at remembering which is which. I like Surly. I think it's a really fun spot. Haven't been there recently. Yeah, Surly's always fun, and then you got what's it called? The Irish place right next to it. There's a distillery. I want to say like O'Sullivan's, but that's not right. Shaughnessy maybe, or O'Shaughnessy, I don't know. But it's right next to Surly. All right. So one of the things that I was really hoping was going to fall back to me was Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. So that was one of the reasons I did not take. Oh, and Hurts went at 31 in this one. So I'm not going to get often at the 4 or 5 turn. You can get either Hurts and Devontae or Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. So that's the reason I took Jacobs there. Is I was hoping I would get one of those options to fall back to me. Burrow goes. Okay, Higgins draft. That makes sense. I'm going to continue to let Terry fall, I think. I might take Devontae here, though. I was hoping Kenneth Walker would make it here. I could go Kamara. I'm going to go Devontae. The downside is I don't have any quarterback outs right now. So I'm a little bit, I don't really want to take Kamara for that reason. I think I'm going to go with, going to reach for Travis Hunter. I guess I do have Trey McBride too. So I do have 2 quarterback outs. Oh yeah, Indy's playing tonight. It's Anthony Richardson start, right? Yeah, Besh has been. I do not have my bags loaded. I've been mixing them in, but he's been falling enough that I'm like, I might be an idiot to not be loading my bags for Besh. I don't know. There are enough players in that range that I like that I'm not clicking him all the time. But with his draft capital, would not be surprising if he ends up being an awesome pick. Yeah, I'll be doing outside the box with Scott Barrett on Saturdays once again this year on the Fantasy Points YouTube channel. Yep, Greg is in the draft. Saw that. Trolled him a little bit just in case he's watching. Oh, you live 2 miles from the ocean. That's cool. Oh yeah, you should definitely check out Prize. It's a good spot. That's true. I could have done Sutton Nix. Gives me another out there if I had done that. Oh, that's high praise from Bill. This is a pretty decent stream to listen to at the water. No, I'll take it. Sure. Oh, look at that. We got a new member. Airborne, appreciate you signing up. Very cool. I've got an Eliminator video behind the paywall. That's all that's there right now. And also you can join, if you join the Flannelverse Discord, you can find the link in the description of this video, by the way. And you have your YouTube channel connected to your Discord. There are a couple channels that are just for members, not active channels, to be honest, not super active. Hoping, really to grow the membership base during NFL season. Obviously I get a lot more viewers during NFL Showdown season, but appreciate you joining now. Yeah, Yeah, Mike knows. Prize is great. Oh, is Travis Hunter going to play both ways? That'll be fun to see. This is also sort of an awkward spot with the one hole. It really is just my least favorite. Like outside of the first pick. I shouldn't say that. It can go really well. If you get the falling Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, or Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, I actually really like it in those cases. Or even if Burrow came back to me, I'd be like, all right, that's cool. Got one of my quarterbacks out of the way. With all those quarterbacks going, it's a little bit tougher. I guess I've got some fun targets here. Pearsall won at 61 though. He's one that I often would like to target at 72. Small bird caught some food and the big bird chased it around. Do you get a video, Billy? All right, almost on the clock here. All right, the fun rookie pick goes. I do like Jawan Jennings still. I'll continue to buy. Yeah, I like the golden suggestion. Also gives me another quarterback out. I'm going to do it instead of a running back, I think. Yeah, we're set up now. I think I've got enough optionality with my potential quarterbacks at the next two turns. So we'll see how things go. I saw today that Matthew Golden has awesome hands. Somebody at Packers camp said Matthew Golden has amazing hands. So the Packers finally got somebody who, according to one person, has great hands. Uh-oh. Simone wants to know, is the Bengals-Eagles game not televised? Shows the other two on NFL Network. He needs help. Yeah, I can't help you there. Billy says illegal streaming sites. Interesting. Crutches says overweight, Golden, Dobbs, big read fade. Can't wait to print. I like flip a coin for Golden and Reed, if I'm being honest. That has not been something that I felt super good about. Is it just you think he's not going to run enough? Only going to run the slot? That seems likely. I think that is right. So I guess more recently, I'm with you. I've been doing Golden over Reed. I've gone back and forth. I feel like that's like one of the big debates of the 2025 best ball summer, and I've landed on your side of that. But I do think Jaden Reed is talented. So there is the if he just does end up getting more work than expected, then I would want to have Jaden Reed bags, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think people saw him lining up out wide in practice and started thinking oh, he's going to be lining up out wide a lot this year. And I don't think that is the correct read based on other things that I've read. So yeah, I think that's probably, I wish that I had more Golden. Very much in on Romeo Dobbs. That's been all off season for me. Oh, more Savion than Reed. Interesting. I have some Savion as a 20th round click. Yeah, Golden getting less free, but that's true. People love the rookies except for those two. I wish I'd taken more Egbuka early. You think Watson's coming back week 10? I feel like it's going to be later than that, but maybe I'm wrong. That would suck if like one of those Packers that I have a lot of is crushing and then Christian Watson ruins it. It's Romeo Dobbs. I don't think that it would be Romeo Dobbs getting benched, but who knows? Mixon at 87 in this one. Jordan Mason went at 84. I was hoping that one of the Vikings running backs would fall back to me. I've seen Jordan Mason fall to like 96 recently, so I was thinking maybe I could get him. I'm on the clock. All right, Kyler comes back to me. That's nice. So I get a quarterback. I think I'm gonna skip Godwin here and maybe go with Dobbins. I feel like Dobbins on a team where I don't have what's his name? The rookie. Feels like a good pick. I don't hate taking Hawkinson here either. I'm gonna go Dobbins. RJ Harvey, the other one. It's like I feel like they both have the like two initials thing. Yeah. Hopefully get a quarterback to fall to me at 120. Maybe be all set at quarterback there. I'd like to get a third, but could be set there. I mean, Dobbins not an ideal running back too, but better than waiting, I think. RGG says, good to take upside swings on round 20 contingent value RBs like Savion Williams. It's like my Kavonte Turpin play, the wide receiver who's maybe going to get some looks at running back. That's always fun. Are you doing Mixon with Chubb? I'm not sure that Chubb is the handcuff there, is my concern, Pete. I just like in the last draft I took Dameon Pierce. I think Dameon Pierce might be the better handcuff than Nick Chubb, and he goes later. Yeah, DK3 to me is just more fun drafting. The sweat is less fun because you can't label your teams. It's harder to see your teams, but the drafting part, at least to me, is a lot more fun on DraftKings. I've also done plenty of read with Golden. Agree. Good point. Zach says if any of them are really crushing, does a rehabbing Watson really affect them much? It's not like Godwin here, where he's entrenched in full time. Yeah, that's a fair point. 29% Godwin. Is that pre-dip or are you buying the dip? This is mostly for me too. I liked Savion. Got some hype early on, and just with other, as I've liked other picks late, then I just take less Savion as things are clearer elsewhere, where I'm like, okay, this seems like a really good pick in round 19, 20. When it's like I have no idea what we're doing in the late rounds, then I was taking some. I'm glad I have some just in case, but right now I'm not taking a ton. Jalen Tolbert, yeah, I have not taken a ton of Tolbert. To me, it's Turpin, but I think Tolbert is a fine pick. To be clear, I have not done a ton of it. Everyone says Marks is a decent pick on DraftKings, Pierce on Underdog. But Pierce, well, on Underdog, you get 20 rounds, though. Sorry, on DraftKings, you get 20 rounds. So I think they're both strong on DraftKings. Like, I know he's not involved in the passing game, but, like, if he just gets enough rushing work, he's still going to be a strong pick on DraftKings. Like Jordan Mason, just like there's a price where, even without the passing game work, I think it's a good buy. But yeah, Woody Marks also a pretty good pick here. Pete says not buying the coach pick on Chubb. Pierce has never been good. Pierce he had one really good year. Yeah, but Chubb, who knows? Maybe he's better than we think. Oh, been taking Godwin all year. The dip making it worse. All right, see money buying the shower narrative with Tolbert and I guess that's not shower narrative. They're probably not showering together when they're staying together. It's not like a college locker room. Whatever narrative you want to call it, where they live together, the roomie narrative with Tolbert and Dak. Oh man, this is really rough. This wide receiver run. Goff at 103, Purdy at 104, May at 106, Herbert at 110, Love at 112, Williams at 113. Bigsby at 114. All right. I do wish I had done more DraftKings drafts earlier. I was saving them, but now it's like Higgins going in the top 100 a little bit more often. I guess Scadaboo like moved up, and now he's moving back again, so that's good. Can still get some of him. I guess you can still get like Burden pretty late. So yeah, there's never a bad time to draft on DraftKings, I guess. I guess is my conclusion. It's gotten a lot of Ayuk recently with the dip. Interesting, the psychic is recommending CJ Stroud to me when I don't have any Texans on the team, and I do have Travis Hunter. Surprises me somewhat. I know I can always get Jalen Noel late. Can always do a late. Oh, I guess I could have done Christian Kirk. Maybe if I'd taken him, it would have recommended Christian Kirk. Okay, so you see that moves it. I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence. And what else? I'm trying to get more Tyjae Spears on my teams. Like I've been drafting a ton of Tony Pollard all offseason. I've got full bags of Tony Pollard. But Tyjae Spears is a pretty good contingent bet and has some standalone value. So I do think I need to be taking more of him also. But man, Darnell Mooney falling quite a bit here. I think I might just do that. No, he's got a late enough ADP. I'm gonna go Spears because I already have 5 wide receivers. That was a tough one. A lot of good picks available to me there. Mooney would have given me the potential Penix out at 144 also. Keenan Allen at 122 here. That's probably where he's moving to. I was just thinking I'll probably take him at 144, 145 the next turn if he made it back to me. Kind of surprised that number 2 hole did not go CJ Stroud after going Christian Kirk. It's only got one quarterback. Yeah, Love went. I was hoping to get Love at 120. That was the plan. Yeah, nice fall for CJ there. I guess not really a fall, but like in the context of this room where quarterbacks are flying off the board, feels like a fall. Yeah, Addison, I'm going to buy this dip bigly. Going to get a lot of Addison. I can't think of where this Crutcher says, but he won't be on the field. But that was 4 minutes ago, so I forget what I was talking about 4 minutes ago. I'm guessing that's not about Ty J Spears. It reminded me of the Ty J Spears, the weird quotes around Ty J Spears of like, yeah, it's going to be a split backfield. Same thing they said last year, and then it wasn't. But then they're more recently, somebody said like, I think he'd get 100 carries this year, which is pretty funny after saying it's going to be a split backfield. That's it's not a lot of carries. JJ McCarthy at 134. Man, the dream. Does he have any of Addison at 86? This guy is just living my dream over here. Penix goes at 130. I was kind of thinking that was I could do like Penix Pitts. I haven't done a ton of Kyle Pitts, but something I could have considered for this team. Bryce Young at 133, just all of the quarterbacks. Cam Ward 135. This is a thirsty quarterback room. Oh, Tolbert, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of my thinking also. I think Pickens knocks him off the field. Whereas Turpin, like, he's going to have some receiving role. They need him to be active for his kick returner, punt returner role. And then they've been using him at running back, which to me is like they have a bad enough running back room that I kind of am buying it, that maybe they're going to give him some running work. And who knows, if he's good at it, they could give him more over time. So it's one of those things that, like, we haven't really seen it before. So I don't want to like totally wish cast this thing, but it sort of makes sense to me that he could earn some of the running back work on top of a receiver role. Yeah, good point, Mr. Grapefruit. Jordan Addison actually the most healthy of the Vikings pass catchers. Trey Harris at 126 in this one, so we are finally seeing a little bit of a dip there, which I'm not going to buy here. I don't think he'd have to fall more. Or get some, buzz or something. All right, I'll buy my Dylan Sampson and Jaden Blue. Okay, I mean, it could be nothing, right? I'm going to queue up Dylan Sampson. I'm going to queue them both up. Tootin there also. But did I take Bigsby in this one? All right, what am I doing here? I think I'm gonna buy the blue dip here. Spent time in the injury tent before walking off the field under his own power. Big hit. All right, so just a big hit. It's not like it's an ACL or something. All right, we're going Jaden Blue. Man, I just got the Browns and the Cowboys starting running backs at 144 and 145. How's Greg's team looking? He's got McCaffrey, Bowers, JSN, Worthy, Sutton, Waddle, Aaron Jones, Pacheco, Purdy, Caleb, Ayuk, Goddard. He sort of started the no, I guess the 103 started the run on quarterbacks. Because that was a little bit early on Goff. Gets people a little bit fearful. He was probably hoping that Luther Burden would fall back to him. Oh, but he also had Purdy, so he just needed, yeah. So unstacked with Caleb right now. Probably hoping that either Loveland or Burden made it back. Interesting. Najee at 150. %40 Devontae. How are you feeling about that, Crutches? Like he seems like a pretty great eliminator aspect, but I'm a little bit nervous about Stafford right now. Yeah, bumping up to 100 is big time nothing for Spears. Yeah, Strange was one of the guys I was super in on early. More so before they signed Travis Hunter. I still think he could be an awesome pick. I still draft a good amount of Strange. Steve thinks they leave Tolbert outside. I was like, you're not even worried if it is Jimmy Garoppolo? I'd be somewhat worried, I think. Only because, like, I don't know. You need to support two of them. I guess I'd be more worried for... I have pretty big... I've been loading my bags with Tutu Atwell and Tyler Higbee. And I'm not sure that there's going to be enough to support beyond the top two. But also, we might be getting a dip now with Puka and Devontae. I'll probably buy the dip. Judkins at 158. Jerome Ford, another one of my guys at 159. I mentioned it, excuse me. I mentioned it earlier, but I got a Stafford 18th round this morning, I think, on Underdog. That's pretty fun. I'll buy that. So who should I play in DFS tonight, if I do play? Have you guys done your research? I probably won't play a lot, but I'll probably play a handful of lineups, most likely. I did profit on the first slate. Felt good about that Hall of Fame game. put in $45, got back $55. So I could just quit right now and finish with a profitable NFL season. That's the dream. I'm at 2-5-5-1. Okay. Aaron Rodgers. Are there any other quarterback options? Oh, Anthony Richardson. I have not taken much Anthony Richardson, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's do an Anthony Richardson share. I guess I could have done Rodgers and Jonnu. That could have been a fun start there. I'm going to take Hollywood Brown here. This seems too late for me. I know he's an anti-slappy pick, but I don't know. I just remember Hollywood Brown came back from injury last year, and they immediately, like on limited snaps, they targeted him like 8 times. Jermaine Burton, I think, has been having a good camp from what I've heard. All right, C-Money says Davis did a pick'em on his YouTube that I can tail. Give me something to watch. His first pick, I saw that I think I saw that his first pick'em hit. Davis does just like all overs, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I feel like he does a lot of the like fun pick'ems as opposed to like the, you know, what Odd Chopper will tell you. Which, if I'm being honest, probably a majority of the pick'ems that I do are not the like smart ones. They are the, I'm going to watch this game. I want to have overs on the guys that I believe in. Because I don't play a ton. I've done pretty well with the pick six. I don't think I've done as well on underdog. He went. Did he take overs on all of them? Milroe, Taj Brooks, and Keaton Mitchell. Tyler Rozier at 179 in this draft. That's kind of nuts. Oh, Taj was the under. Okay. It does seem like the kind of thing you can probably beat the books by paying attention. Maybe not. Maybe they're paying just as close of attention, you'd think. I guess I don't play enough to speak on how good the books are at Pick'em. I think this is the grossest range of drafts. Like, I don't really have many targets in the 180 to 190 range. I think it's a lot of like, I bring up the players that I like, as opposed to like, oh, I love, you know, this is a player that you need to take in this range, so I'll take him now. I regret that I did not take more Keenan Allen in this range now that he's moved up. I got tons and tons of Jalen Noel, which is cool. I think he's a fine click. Could end up smashing, but he's always there, so it's not that fun. It's just like, oh, I can click him every time I want to. Woody Marks goes. I think Woody Marks is one of the more fun clicks in this range. Actually, Wandale is kind of not fun. Fun is the wrong word. Cromulent pick. DQ says, let correlation work itself out this late in drafts. Yeah, it's another good. Got a famous stream sniper. Who's sniping? Say Greg. Who did Greg snipe? All right. Corey Krosky Merritt's still there, so at 192, I'll buy that. Oh, and Alec Pierce could go also with Rashard Smith. I'm gonna go to Corey. Since I've made the bet on Anthony Richardson, he pairs up really well with Alec Pierce. I'm going to do that double. Oh, Greg's in here. I missed it. Yeah, you're not allowed to watch with the sound on. Nobody does. One of the rules of watching best ball streams, got to turn the sound off. Yeah, I totally missed that comment. Weird. All right, Greg, not listening to the stream, takes Christian McCaffrey, Brock Bowers, JSN, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Aaron Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, Brandon Ayuk, Dallas Goedert, Rashad White, Geno Smith, Jack Besh, Wan'Dale Robinson. So he's got another correlated quarterback here. I don't know what you're gonna do. I guess Cole Kmet with Caleb Williams is a possibility. But had to be heartbreaking to not get Luther Burden right here. Although I guess Ayuk is also correlated. Had some outs. Nice little fall on Isaiah Pacheco, who's kind of moving upwards. Not going to see him at 89 very often. Stack. I don't really have taken any Jalen Lane. What's the play on Jalen Lane? Is that like do you need Terry McLaurin to be traded? I've not really looked into him, if I'm being honest. That's funny, Pete. Nice. Got somebody with a clickbait. Robert says click video because of the title. We got one. I used the title for the first time like 2 weeks ago, and the stream did much better than I thought it would. So I've just started doing the clickbait a little bit more often when I stream by myself. Could have used something more topical like Keenan Allen, I guess. I'm not very good with the YouTube titles, I don't think. Work in progress. We're still learning. Bears and 49ers. Yeah, week 17 there. Yeah, I've been doing Noah Brown a little bit more. Jimmy says that he is a Tyreek clone. Greg not liking his team. I think it's fine. I mean, you got Isaiah Pacheco at 89. Oh, no, Jalen Noel. For a second, I was thinking Jalen Lane was showing up in the sidekick. But no, it's a classic Jalen Noel. Oh, see, Greg is cheating because he's not listening, but he is watching, and he sees Jalen Noel in the sidekick, and he's like, "Oh, Jalen Noel, that's a good suggestion." Mr. Grafer says, Greg's been throwing things on the court again. I can't believe that they're still doing it. Like, you could get in big trouble. Like, it's clearly not allowed. I don't know. I guess I don't even get legal trouble for throwing dildos on a basketball court. I guess I don't know what the most trouble they can get in is. But, like, it's not a good idea. Maybe they just don't care. Like, oh, we're going to get banned from a WNBA games. I don't care. You're going to get banned from the NBA games, too. I think they're all connected. Maybe they're not all connected to NBA teams. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But like the Lynx and the Timberwolves like have the same ownership. I think most teams probably do. And what are you getting out of this? I guess if you're gambling on it, if you are doing like gambling on the outcome of like what is the color, like you're going to get in big trouble for doing that. These are not smart people. All right, we're at 3, 6, 7, 1 still. Okay. All right, I'll go another Brashard Smith share. Who do I have? I've got Trey McBride, so I'm not like desperate for an awesome second tight end. It's Theo Johnson kind of fun. I'm going to go Theo Johnson. I will say, people are asking like, how do you get the dildos in? You have to slam them up your ass. You just put it where your penis is. Like put a dildo in your underwear. Doesn't seem that complicated to me. They can't like feel you up. Like, is that a real penis or is it a dildo? They're not checking you there. All right, blue at 5,001. I'm in. Gonna bet. Just straight up. You can just put them in your underwear. The fan and bet. I'll have to work on my Davis impression. That's funny. WFM Warehouse. Yeah, or you can just put it up your butt. Like there is one other easy way. Fair point, Airborne. What is Mayer's value of Bauer? I mean, he's still like a 16th round pick or something. I don't think he becomes like a slam dunk. By the way, I drafted a ton of Michael Mayer last year. That was pretty frustrating. Not a fun experience to have a lot of Michael Mayer. And it's just like, yeah, he's still gone. No explanation ever, which to be fair, like, yeah, personal reasons. It's fair. But like he was gone for so long and we didn't get any reason why. Pete thinks Taysom worth, I think week 8 seems a little bit optimistic there. I don't think he's going to be reactivated around week 8 and then release. Peyton will pick him up. I mean, he absolutely could be worth a 20th round pick. Who is this year's mayor, as in the player who's just going to randomly miss half the season without explanation? I'd go Tyreek Hill, probably. Probably my guess. So another T Hill. Yeah, you're right, Pete. It would be another charge if there are personal juices on it. I think. I should be able to say now it was assault and battery. Based on my law school experience, I should remember, like, battery, you have to actually physically hit somebody, I think. I also think it's a little bit different based on jurisdiction, which is part of the reason that everybody gets it super confused. Assault is like you have to put somebody in fear of physical harm. Battery, you have to actually like make contact, but it can just be like with your juices would count. I think. I don't know. I'm rusty. Honestly, never. I think I understood it very briefly in the period when I was in law school. I understood assault and battery, but it was sort of convoluted in the way different jurisdictions talk about it. Was kind of my experience when I was reading cases and writing the synopsis. All right, I think I still have just 2 tight ends. I'm at 3,772. Greg finishes at 3,692. Yeah, like spitting on somebody is, I believe that's battery, because you make contact with your, I don't know, your essence. All right, who do we want here? I could do my not very fancy, but fancy Dameon Pierce again. 3,772. I have McBride, so I'm not like I desperately need another tight end. Oh, Adonai Mitchell went the pick before me. Okay. Let me look at the players available. Oh, Turpin is there. That's my fanciest play. I could just do that again. Turpin, Pierce. Screw it. Turpin. Wait, did I get him? Yeah, I got him. Okay, good. All right, my final team, 3-7-8-2. I went Jamar Chase, Trey McBride, Josh Jacobs, Devonta Smith, Travis Hunter, Jawan Jennings, Matthew Golden, Kyler Murray, J.K. Dobbins, Trevor Lawrence, Tyjae Spears, Dylan Sampson, Jaden Blue, Anthony Richardson, Hollywood Brown, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Alec Pierce, Rashard Smith, Theo Johnson, and Kavonte Turpin. Feel pretty good about the team. Getting Jaden Blue at 145 right now, buying that dip is going to be kind of fun. Krosky-Merritt, I mean, I got all the slappiest picks. This is the slappiest team you can imagine, I think. Chase and McBride, that's like the most common combo. Jacobs right at ADP. Pulling Travis Hunter up the board, that's very slappy. Matthew Golden getting slappier by the minute. J.K. Dobbins getting slappier. Dylan Sampson, Jaden Blue, Anthony Richardson. I mean, this is just slap central right here. Except for Hollywood Brown. That's the anti-slappy pick. I did get one anti-slappy pick. But yeah, for the most part, this is a super slap team. Greg's team, 3-6-9-2, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Bowers, JSN, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Aaron Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, Brandon Ayuk, Dallas Goedert, Rashad White, Geno Smith, Jack Besh, Wan'Dale Robinson, Will Shipley, Jalen Knoll, Jarquez Hunter, and Noah Brown. I think it turned out pretty well. He wasn't liking it. Didn't get Caleb stacked up, but I think it's a pretty nice team. Airborne there, newest member of the Flannelverse, does a 3-6-8-3 classic build with Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Lamar Jackson, George Pickens, Zay Flowers, Chris Olave, Jaden Reed, Jalen Warren, Jaden Higgins, Colston Loveland, CJ Stroud, Josh Palmer, Bashal Tootin, Austin Eckler, Cedric Tillman, Rico Dowdle, Dalton Schultz, Tyler Shuck, Jawan Johnson, and what's his name? Talon Horton? What's his name? Torrey. It's just Torrey Horton. Yeah, Torrey Horton. Who I have drafted a little bit, just don't even know his name. Looks like a pretty strong team to me. I like the Lamar Zay, pretty classic stack there. Pickens at 46 feels pretty good. Got the elite anchor running backs. Jaden Higgins at 99. Love that. CJ Stroud. Did you end up stacking Stroud at all? Oh, with Higgins. Yeah, you got Stroud with Higgins. That's fun. Palmer. I like the team. I like that team. Shuck with Jawan. Anybody else in here? Before I get out of here, let me check in on comments. Bodily fluid. Well, I was trying to capture bodily fluids plus, like if you just hit somebody, that's also battery. So I was trying to capture like any physical contact. Italian mother spit on people all the time, Jimmy says. Fannin will be getting wide receiver reps this year. They said he's leaning tight end and wide receiver. Yeah, Fannin, I've drafted a lot. I'll continue to draft Fannin. The Fannin bet. No, I like the Fannin bet. Pete said that their draft finished before ours. Whittington over 2-2 C Money says, I like them both. I think they're both strong late bets. Of course, Davis has a Royals Rookie of the Year bet, 250 to 1. I think I saw that on Twitter. Eric says he has a rule, minimum 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends. I don't have that rule. I probably do it 70% of the time. I get 3 of both. Yeah. Big slappy team here. Jimmy Stokes for Golden. Yep. Some might even say blind slap seal. Yeah, it was pretty blind. I liked your team, Airborne. I thought it was good. Big W. All right. Oh, nice. Pete says he just posted his team in my X comments. All right, I'll check it out. By the way, if you have not already liked the video, would appreciate it. If you want to join the Flannelverse Discord, that is in the description of this video. It is free. If you're a member, you can get a couple more channels, but it's free to join. If you want to be a member, $5 per month. You can check that out. You know where to find it. But yeah, hit the little notification bell to get alerted when I go live with Scott Barrett on Saturday. You won't regret it. It's going to be a really fun stream. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.